I am. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, everybody. If you are new here and you think I deserve a thumbs up or a subscription or your support, make sure you go ahead and make sure you do that. Because with your guys' help, it doesn't only allow me to get more people or more subscribers, it allows people to be there and it brings more people to the community. Like I could be doing custom games. Hello, Angel. So you should not be 10 seconds behind because you joined exactly when it hit 30 seconds. It's going faster today for some reason. But if you like the stream, that means that we can get custom games going and we can get a lot of things. Right now, I am not watching my own stream and I did not take the charger out. One point. Um, but for now, it is joke time. So if you guys do have a joke, let me know right now if you have your first question. So once I give like a signal or something, or when I say question, you're going to give that question. So it's not going to be question after question after question after question, because this is just going to end up turning into an interview. So I'm not gonna like I did say I'm not gonna answer question after question after question. But as soon as I say question, you're gonna tell me that question, and I'm gonna give you the answer to the best of my ability. I am going to go into really good detail and things like that. So if your question was, shoot me with your first question. Hit me with your first question because theoretically you should have your first question, or you can split screen, which you can do on a phone. So you'll just go to the top and you'll drag it to drop it there, and you can have two. How did you feel? How did you feel when you first started to go live? Um, all right, that's a really good question because the first ever time I went live was when Ang and Ba were pretty active in the streams. So I felt good. I knew like people were there to support me and to physically talk to me, and I could have back and forth conversation. So I didn't really feel anything. It just felt like a normal conversation that you're doing, but virtually where a person is typing and you're like right now, since we're on a call, but we're talking here. So I'm the one that's talking, you're the one that's listening, and I'm reading your text. It's all it felt like. It felt like a normal conversation. One was just typing, the other one's like using verbal words. But yeah. That's when Bart and Ang were more frequent back then, but they're not anymore. Is there anything else, or otherwise we could How many questions do you have? By the way, since we've been live for 3 minutes now, you cannot go back. You cannot go back and put and add more questions. The amount of questions that you have is the amount of questions that you will stick for the whole entire live stream. Okay, so if you've gone through all your questions fast, you cannot ask brand new ones unless you have to. 7 questions, so you're gonna have to use those wisely. How was my day? Good, thanks. Yours? My day was good. Pretty boring, but eventually got through it. So now we're here. So you have 7 questions, and you've answered your first one, which means you have 6 questions left, and you're going to have to use that wisely. So, like I said, don't ask question after question after question. We'll take a little bit of break. So maybe at 5 minutes, when I say it's 5, you're going to ask your next question, and then when it's 6:30, 6 minutes and 37. Okay, thanks for the great compliment. Thanks for the nickname, love. Um, that's basically how I'm going to run it. So at 5 minutes, which is coming up in 10 seconds, you're going to answer your next. You're going to ask your next question. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. Ask your next question. Next question. I think I've covered. How did you feel when you started getting subscribers? So how did I feel when I first started getting subscribers? How did I feel? So I felt that if I could get 1 subscriber, I could get plenty more subscribers where that came from. And over these few years, it's been a hell of a ride. We've had our ups and downs, we've had our long breaks, we've had some not so nice. We've had some rude people in here, and we've had some rude people in here, which we still are continuing to have. We are still continuing to have rude people. Let me just save that just in case. Whoops. I was not meant to turn on slow mode. That is my mistake. Slow mode just limits the question the amount of the duration of how you talk. So back to that question, how did I feel when I started getting subscribers? Like I said, if I could get 1 subscriber, then there's going to be plenty more to come along. And again, my first 2 subscribers, my first 1 subscriber, my first ever subscriber, or my first 2 subscribers were actually Ang and Bart. And again, that's when they were more active back then, which now I don't have much contact with Bart, and Ang I don't really talk to anymore. But yeah, I have a question for you guys. So it's 7 minutes, but I took a lot. I took a while to answer that question. But my question is, when did I start? So this is for everybody. So when did I first start YouTube? I don't know when my last video, I don't know when the first video of mine was. All I remember is that I remember just doing, so the year, the month, and the date. So what was the date? Okay, I'm connected to the wrong device, first of all. February 16th, 2021. That is correcto. 2021 was the first ever time I actually created a YouTube channel. So now this is where the math comes into. How old was I? Or roughly or approximately can you count from 2024, 16 years, to 2021? Which is approximately 3 years ago. I was approximately 13. That is correct. Right, let's answer your next question. I would love to hear your next question. even though I did preview these. But okay, it's going to be. It's okay if it's funny. It's gonna entertain the stream, you know. Instead of me sitting here with a straight face, it's gonna do nothing while everyone else is laughing. Man, I'm just a statue sitting there like this, looking serious. If animals could talk, which one would be the funniest to have a conversation with? Did you get these from AI? Google? It's okay if you did. I'm just inquiring about where the questions came from. Alright, so if animals could talk, which one would be the funniest to have a conversation with? So, the funniest animal to have a conversation with is probably a chipmunk or a squirrel, because Alvin and the chipmunks, and they're very, very little. Alvin and the chipmunks. Um, Alvin and the chipmunks. Characters. So we have Alvin, we have Theodore, Simon, Jeanette, Brittany, and Eleanor. So Alvin and the Chipmunks. Have you guys ever seen Alvin and the Chipmunks, or even heard of Alvin and the Chipmunks? Hey, look, they are little. They're this big. Okay. So Alvin and the Chipmunks is a great show. It's actually quite funny. So imagine having a conversation with a squirrel or a chipmunk in real life. It would have that high pitched voice. They're little, they're about approximately this big. And you have a conversation with them. Alvin and the Chipmunks, just imagine Alvin and the Chipmunks. Obviously, that's recording, it's got voice effects on it. But still, it's still funny, it's still cool, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still a fun little cartoon to watch. So I have one. What would you say your spirit animal would be? If you had to choose one spirit animal, which one suits you the best? And then I do have a random question after that. So, which cat? So, explain why you would choose cat, because you've had some time to think about this. We've talked about it off stream. Now we're talking about it on stream. So if you've ever thought about it, if you haven't, that is completely fine. If you still don't have an answer and it's inconclusive, that is completely fine. It's completely fine if you don't have an answer, because specifically I wouldn't. It's a hard question to ask, but I think I would suit a wolf, because wolves are like outgoing and they hunt for their prey. You have the youngest ones in the front. You have the younger ones that protect the youngest, and you have the older ones that protect the younger, and then you've got the rest of the pack, and you've got the alpha at the back that walks all alone because he's fearless. Because they are cute and funny sometimes. Yes, they can be funny. I can admit that cats can be funny. Um, yeah, I can agree to that. I can be honest with that question. They can be funny, but it's only sometimes that they're funny. But still, they are pretty cute. I used to have a cat myself that always used to drink my Marlow. Every time I went somewhere, restroom or something. I just out in the backyard to play when I was a little young boy. How many questions is that? We have if animals could talk. We have how did you feel getting subscribers, and how did you feel when I first started going live? Alright, so that's 3 questions. We approximately have 4 more. So now I'm putting this into your hands. You are responsible to ask how many more? How many do you have in total? So when did it get to 6, then it went to 7? So how's it 7, now it's 6? You've asked 3 questions already, which you have 4 more. You said 7. I asked how many questions you had. You said 7 questions. Now you have 6 more. What? 7 funny questions? So how many questions do you have in total? If you have 7 funny questions, so that's 8. Seven plus 2. Oh, 9. So why don't you just say that you had 9 in the first place? Why don't you just say that you had 9 in the first place? Instead of saying that you had 7, you should have just said that you had 9 questions. I said, how many questions do you have altogether? I know you've already asked 3, but I did say, how many questions do you have altogether? You said 7. Did you ask your 2 normal ones already? Make it make sense, please. You've already said that you've asked 3.
So I had 9
So now I made it. So now I have it, and it finally makes sense. How funny are they? If they're like funny, like over the top funny, or are they just like a little bit funny? Anyway, so you can ask one of your other questions if you want now, or you can save it for a little bit later. So you have two options. You can answer it. You can ask it now, and I answer it, and I go into deeper detail, or what's the most ridiculous fact that you know? The most ridiculous fact that I know is that the Earth is definitely not flat, even though people may make a joke out of it that it's flat. But I'm pretty sure we all know that it's not flat. It's a pretty simple, easy answer. The most ridiculous fact is that people, like I said, people think because they get told all the time that the Earth is flat, but if you go to a point, you can see the horizon where it goes down. So at this point, it's no point in lying. You can ask another one now to keep it rolling, or you can save them. You can ask another one to keep it rolling, or you can only ask one later, and we can move on to a different subject. We can move on from this, and we can move on to something else, or you can carry on asking all your questions, and I just answer them at once. You're the song. Hey, serious, you want me to sing? What do you want to sing? What do you want me to sing? What do you want me to sing? What's the most ridiculous fact you know? I know that the earth is in flat. Yes, nice answer. Sing for me, yes. You said sing for me. Love me like you do, Lily, love me like you do, like you do, love me like you do, love me like you do, Lily, love me like you do. That's all I know. I don't actually know the full song or actually who sings it. I actually do not know the full song. Is that bad? I don't know the full song. Love me like you do, Lily, love me like you do, like you do. Is that how the song goes? I don't understand why you're laughing. Is that not the song? I'm already on. Love me like you do, like you do. You want me to sing Rewrite the Stars? What if we rewrite the stars? Saying the world could be ours. It's not up to you, light. You're the night. You're the color of my blood. You're the pain. You're the only thing I wanna touch. And I've been so much. so much. Love here, I don't care. It's so high. Well, full dark. Let me take you past the satellites. So you else alive to life, to life, to life, to life. Love me like you do, 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 touch me like you do, touch me like you do. What are you waiting for? Red eyes, red your skin is a holy girl to find. Drink you on fire, fire. Yeah, so you set the pace. Cause I'm not thinking straight. Alright, that's gonna be the end of the song because I'm pretty sure if I go any further, I'm definitely gonna get a copyright strike for that. So I only can sing maybe a minute of a song, maybe 30 seconds of a song before I actually get copyrighted. So I hope this stream does not get copyrighted at all. But I guess we'll soon see for the rest of it. I haven't got copyrighted the last time. The thing that I like about streaming platforms is that you can actually hide your screen. On YouTube, you can't actually hide your screen, which sucks. So you guys always, I don't want my desk here. I wanted it over there. I might still try and move it over there because it's in the line of my door, and that's annoying. Rewrite the styles or just finish the singing there because I know not many people like me singing for the streams because I know that it can get quite boring. Yeah, but then there's other people that watch my videos and then they come in here to see like that I'm singing. It gets quite boring for them. So yeah, I know that you love it when I sing because you love hearing like songs and everything. But if it's not a person's type to sing like songs or anything, then I respect their decision. Sure, we can move on to a question. If you could have any superpower, but it could only be used for silly things, what would it be? It would be for. It would be invisibility. Um, because because you can do lots of things with invisibility. You can go and prank someone. Um, I want to move my desk. It's in line with my door and it's bad. Unless I start. Unless I like sit all the way back here. all the way back here. And then you like can't see anyone walking around. So it's so annoying. I've come up with a solution. Even if it's not going to be the best quality, but so be it, right? Yeah, what would you have? What would you have? Like there's a lot of things that you can choose, right? But since you got these from AI, it might be a little bit harder to answer the questions. I'll be back. Ouch. That really hurt. I banged my leg on my desk. Ow. Corner of my the corner of it. Hey guys, throwing me a foam up there. The corner of my knee, man. I think I'm gonna play around with my webcam a little bit. See where I can stick it. Okay, I was actually gonna stick it over there if it was a good idea. I could. It's super painful. Yeah, that way you guys can see my door, but you can't actually see me. What do you guys like better? Do you guys like this? Or do you like it the other way that it was? Do you guys like it like this or the other way? Because I know that you guys don't really want to see my door. Both, you like both. What looks better? I might as well just use this keyboard here. You love this one because you can see my bird. Yeah, that's actually good. That's actually good. Um, well, it's actually good because like you can see my bird. Um, which gives it a unique vibe because you can tell that I have a bird. But definitely, like you can see the bird in the background. That's never been used for content before in his life, but still a little bit fuzzy. Maybe it's because it's nighttime and I don't have enough light. You like one better? Really? You like one better? Sure you like one? Would you like one? I don't like one because you could see people walking in and out of my door. Why? Why do you like one? Why do you like one? That's confusing. I don't know why you would like one. Yeah, but still, like, other people, like, I know that you already know them, but, like, other people, when they see them walking in and out, what do they personally think? I think I like this one because of my bird in the background, like, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Like, having my bird in the background is, like, a cool, unique vibe to it. Rather than, like, over here, you can't see my bird, but over here, you can, like, see my bird. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is, like, when other people come in, it's like, do they like it when they can see people walking through my door, or would they prefer just to see me and like, or me to cover my screen and things like that? Even though they can see this stuff here, but don't worry about that. You're mainly focused on me and nothing else. But yeah, I'm like, because you can see my bird in the background, even though he's quite covered because it is quite cold in New Zealand right now. But yeah, what do other people think when they see people walking in my door? I think I quite like this one better. It's unique. It's like a different type of placement. It's like something unique because like you don't see many YouTubers or streamers have birds in the background or even reptiles or things like that in the background. So, but it's up to you guys to make the final decision. Do we leave it like this for the rest of the live stream, or do we go back to number one? This is your guys' final vote. Do we go back to one or do we go back to two for the rest of the live stream? So we have two. So we're staying like this for the rest of the live stream. Even though I'm not interacting with the camera because I'm looking at myself, making sure that everything is okay. But so I have a question. Why do you type in non-capital letters and in capital letters? For yes, before two, and yes, right? What's a lowercase? Yes, with that emoji, it's an uppercase. This one's a little bit darker. I don't know why. I don't know why this one's like a bright black, and this one's like a dark black. Oh, autocorrect. Autocorrect works sometimes. I gotta find. I gotta find some. I gotta find some streaming softwares. that I can use for Chromebooks. Streaming software is for Chromebooks. So we do have live stream webcast videos. Live streaming webcasting. Frame.io start for free. I want something where I can block my screen. See, look, autocorrect is back again. I meant hide my screen. Do I have to join? Or I can hide my screen so like you guys can't see anything. Autocorrect is a bit buggy. We have to pay for this one? No, thank you. I'm not paying for anything. Not even paying for Netflix. Restream. I did start using Restream, but the quality on that is quite crap. There's 1080p on this one, but there's... Yeah, you have to start a trial. But the quality is quite crap. So I don't know if you guys watch it this way. So like, you watch your videos this way. If you watch your videos this way, or if you watch your videos this way. So if you watch your videos horizontal, or vertical or horizontal, do you watch your videos this way, or do you watch your videos this way? Do you watch my live streams this way? So you're like, okay, so you can look to see what next videos are, or do you watch it this way so you get the full experience while... Sorry about that, guys. The live chat is on this side. It's on the right-hand side of your screen. What do you guys do? Do you watch it this way or this way? This way, so the volume buttons are at the bottom, or this way, so the volume buttons are at the top. Basically, camera up top or camera down bottom, or vertical. Vertical, horizontal, camera down, horizontal. Why do you watch a vertical? Because do you not have the option where you can turn it sideways and it has the little the little... So if you turn it this way, I'm gonna turn it down. So watch the stream this way. Oh yeah, I understand that's hard to type. So you have it this way so it's easier to type. And then this way when you are not watching a stream. Or not watching it live. So you have this way so it's easier to type. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. I was just wondering what everyone's preferences was. So now I'm gonna try find myself. Yeah, I found myself. I'm just using my Mafia Lincoln news account. Oh, you can also do... Hey, Angel. Can you click on the Mafia Lincoln profile or just click on my your LinkedIn. And see if you have a thing called channel activity. So it should look something like that. So you can check their channel. So you can check my channel activity. Oh, you can do that. All right, you can do that whenever you want. I'm gonna edit description. All right, guys, I think that's going to conclude for this live stream. I was going to try and make it an hour. Oh, wait, you have more questions, don't you? Do you have more questions? Because you can ask them. We can what? Ask more questions? How many questions left do you have? How many questions left? Four. All right, you can ask those 4 questions, put them all in the chat one by one. One by one. All right, that's one. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Probably chicken, because that's like an easy food to get. You can always buy chickens and things like that, so it's pretty easy. It's a pretty source of something to get. It's a pretty source of food to get. Next question. Pretty easy source of food, I should say. Next question. If you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be and why? I'd probably be a potato because I like roast potatoes and it's just something that you can easily grow. And I remember you saying earlier that you would be a carrot because you like carrots and it helps with eyesight. So if you are having bad eyesight, you can actually eat carrots, which will improve your eyesight. So when you get a little bit older, it will also improve your eyesight. So next question, 2 left. I think potatoes do something as well. I'm not too sure what the fact is behind that. If you could only speak in emojis, which 3 emojis would you use to communicate? So the hug emoji, the blow kiss emoji, and the evil emoji. Next. Actually, what would you pick? What 3 emojis would you pick? It's hard just to pick 3 because there's a million emojis out there, but what 3 would you specifically pick? Don't ask me why I would pick those, but I just feel like it suits. Why am I winking? What would you choose? The wink emoji, the hug emoji, the blow kiss emoji. Okay. Next question. What is the most common emoji used in the world? Actually, what is the most common emoji used in the world? I know the answer. I know the answer to it. But what is the most common emoji in the world? If you were a superhero, what would your super? I don't know that one. If I was a superhero, I don't know what my superhero name would be. I know that a Mafia Lincoln could be one that just sounds pretty bland to me. But it's a very interesting one. I'm not too sure how I would answer that. Superhero, what superpower? Probably super strength or super speed or something like that. And what would your superhero name be? Mafia Dark, Mafia Lincoln, Lincoln Dark. I don't know, something with the word dark in it. So I asked a question. What is the most common emoji used in the whole entire world? The very most common emoji that everybody seems to use. It's pretty easy, not gonna lie. It is actually. How did you know? Did you go off and Google it? Or did you ask AI? I don't know how you would know that. So tell me how you knew that without Googling it, without asking AI. So if you never used AI, you never Googled it, how did you know that that was the most common emoji, most used emoji in the world? I just don't know. Okay. So would you rather speak to animals or speak every language in the world? Okay, so you would prefer to speak to animals. You would rather speak to animals than to learn every language in the world. Why? Do you want to look at a lion or a tiger and they said that I'm coming to eat you? I don't want the meat that you're feeding me. I want you, human. I know that you can learn to speak every language in the world. I know that you can learn those, but some languages are hard to learn, so it would take a while to learn. So why would you specifically speak to animals when you look at a python and they say, I'm gonna eat you whole? You're gonna look at a lion or a tiger and say that I'm gonna come and eat you. You look at an elephant and it says, I'm gonna stomp on you. You look at a hyena and it says, I'm coming to eat you. You look at a giraffe and it says, I'm coming to lick you. That's not a proper that's not a proper answer. Just because you love animals, it doesn't necessarily that mean that you would rather have the ability to talk to them. That's not a real answer. I would say a real answer is like so you can actually communicate with an animal to see what's going through their head, to see how they feel. Because I know that there is a depressed dog, and you can ask how they feel, if they feel depressed or what. You can have some great conversations with a raccoon. You can have some interesting a giraffe, but unless you want to look at an elephant and it says that I'm coming to stomp on you. Look at a rhinoceros and it says I'm coming for you. You look at a lion or a tiger or a hyena or something that hunts people is coming to say that I'm going to eat you. You look at a venomous snake and it says I'm going to bite you and inject you with venom, or a poisonous snake. You can have some unique interactions with animals to see how they're feeling, to see what they're going through, to see if they're happy or not, and so through body language. But just because you love animals, that's you need to express your answers a little bit more. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, turn on bell notifications to know for I post, and I will see all of you guys in the next one. Adios.